guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making a cake that we eat every Easter, and it's called pig Eatin cake. You may have heard of it. Some people call it different things, but once you see the ingredients you might recognize it. If not, you need to try it because it is definitely what the title says, pig Eatin cake. So let's get started. So to start out with, we are in the lockdown. So this is not usually, I'm going to show you all the ingredients that you're going to need. This is not the cake mix that I usually use. I usually use the Pillsbury golden recipe, the butter recipe, yellow. So I got what I could, and no, these are not sponsored. So I'm using the Betty Crocker Super Moist Yellow Cake Mix. So you need one of these, or you can make homemade yellow cake mix, either one. I was gonna do that today, but I was like, nah, I'll just do this. You're going to need a large box of instant vanilla pudding. You're going to need a 16-ounce, this is 1 pound, of whipped topping, your choice, whatever brand. If you need no fat, low fat, go for it. You are going to need 2 cans of mandarin oranges. I prefer to put more than 2 cans because it's fruity and I really like the mandarin oranges. So 2 cans of these, and 1 can of crushed pineapple. Oh shit, this is tidbits. Well, no matter, I'll crush them. So 1 can of crushed pineapple drained is what you need for this. Sorry about that. And 1 can of crushed pineapple drained. So we are going to get started and we are going to mix the cake mix just like it says. And for this one we need 1 cup of water, 1/3 cup of softened butter, and 3 eggs. So I'm going to put everything into the bowl and mix it up, and then I will be back with you. Okay guys, now I'm back. I have mixed my cake up, and you want to make sure that your butter is softened. And I did add about 1/4 cup more butter in this recipe because it was hard getting the exact things that I usually buy for this cake because the stores were actually out of a lot of things. So I'm doing the best with what I got. So I've mixed up the cake, and now I am going to take the mandarin oranges, which are drained, completely drained. And like I said, I usually do 3 cans of mandarin oranges because I like a lot of fruit in this, and if you try it, you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to put this in the cake mix. So you just put your mandarin oranges in the cake mix after it's been mixed. And 1 for Belinda. And then you want to lightly stir these. You don't want to stir them like a whole lot, because they do sink to the bottom. As it bakes. And your oven needs to be on 350. So this is what we've got. That's what they're going to look like. And then I have my cake pan, and I like to put parchment paper down so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And I just spray a little bit on the sides because I don't put it all the way around. Just give it a spray. And then we're going to take and put the cake mix in the cake pan. And you need a 9 by 13 cake pan. want to scrape all that ooey gooey goodness out of your cake bowl. Alrighty. There we go. Then you just want to smooth your cake out. And this is a very healthier version than eating just a regular iced cake. When I make the icing, come back when the cake is done and make the icing, you're gonna see why, because it doesn't have like cake icing on it. It has the Cool Whip icing, and you take the vanilla pudding and you mix that in with your icing, your Cool Whip, and that makes your icing with the pineapples. But you'll see. So this is our cake, and I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 until it's done. So I'll tell you how long I cook the cake when I come back, and then we'll make the icing, and then we'll have cake. I'll see you soon. Hey guys, and I am back. The cake is finished, and I will insert picture here. And now we are going to make the topping for the cake. Let me grab my spatula. We're going to make the topping for this cake. So what you are going to need is your whipped topping, and it needs to be unfrozen and pretty much thawed, so you can, you know, it needs to be thawed. So we're going to put this in our bowl. I'm going to turn you down into the bowl so you can see what I'm doing. Then I'll bring you back up. Okay, so we are going to put our whipped topping in here. And like I said, you need 1 16-ounce. This makes just a little bit, it makes quite a bit of topping. You probably can't fit it all on top, but if you get less than 16 ounces, you're going to be short. So I always put the leftovers back in this bowl, and then we eat on them like by the spoonfuls, because it's really, really good. So you're going to put your whipped topping in here, and it's nice and thawed out. Then you're going to go on with your vanilla pudding that I showed you earlier, the instant pudding, and you're going to put your pudding in here. And then you're going to stir that up. And you need to stir it really, really good and get it incorporated really well throughout the Cool Whip. This cake is so good, guys. It's so amazing. You will fight people for the last piece. I'm not kidding. It's that good. We've been eating it for 5 years now, and my son-in-law's aunt is the one that introduced me to it, and they've been having it forever. So it's not like a secret family recipe. I've given the recipe to several people, and they were just like in love. Everybody loves this cake, and it's a healthier alternative than eating all the sugars and stuff in regular icing. Okay, so now you would put in your 1 can of drained crushed pineapple. So I drained these earlier, but they have set up a little bit more, so I'm just going to put them in my colander, and I'm going to drain them one more time before I put them in. Okay, then I'm going to dump them in my mixture here. And I had bought tidbits instead of the crushed pineapple because they were out, I guess, and didn't realize I had bought tidbits. So I just used a food like processor thing and just crushed them up myself. So we improvise. And then you just keep stirring this until it's all incorporated. And I think that's good. Now I'm going to go grab the cake and we'll ice it. Okay, it is not like 100% as cold as it should be, but I'm going to put a layer on it just to show you. And it's going in the refrigerator. It's a refrigerator cake, guys, too. It has to be put in the refrigerator. So you just want to ice it. And this is the lightest icing I've ever eaten in my life. I would actually put it on all kinds of other cakes too. It's so good. You just want to fill in your empty spots. And then when you cut the cake, you're gonna have a piece of mandarin orange. You have mandarin oranges in your cake, plus this Cool Whip topping, and oh my gosh, it is so good. My mouth is watering thinking about it. It is so good. And that is the pig eating cake recipe. God, guys, please try this recipe. It is so good. But it's even better when it's absolutely ice cold. Cake and all, cake and icing, ice cold cake. Please leave me a comment if you try this cake. Let me know what you think about it. It's easy peasy, simple. And I'll guarantee you, you're gonna be making this cake a lot. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss a beat. And I hope everyone has a blessed and happy Easter tomorrow, and make the best that you can of it. We all are. And I love you guys. Bye.